Welcome to my shop. This is Jim, Saw Logs Plastic Hubs. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We're working on a project. Come along, have fun. We're starting on another project today. One of the things that's bugging me is I don't have a place to put my deburr tools handy when I need them. And I primarily use them on the lathe. So we're going to try to figure out how to make it out of this stuff I've got. What I'm going to do, what I've done is I've laid this out. The reason why I'm going ahead and drilling the holes because I'm going to cut a lot of this away with the bandsaw. So in the interest of thinking things through, I'm going to basically drill this. So what I'm going to do is cut this off kind of right here. This is going to be the outer edge, and I'm going to leave a lip which is going to fit to the lathe bed. And we'll probably drill, and that's come to think of it, we'll drill 3 holes in it equally spaced too. So what I'm doing this the old school way. Touch this in and touch that in with this. I just used a drill. It's not super precise. And then I divided. I'm going to put 4 holes and I divided it by 5, which will give me my numbers what I want. So all I got to do here is crank it up a little bit. Center drill these. The white dots is just for me to check my numbers. Done my math, spaced them out, done a sanity check before I brought you along for the ride. I'm going to center drill these, and then we're just going to drill the large holes in this for the this is a block of aluminum, by the way. So now I need to go to 4/8. I've got little dots there to check to make sure I hit the right spot, because this will allow the spacing. These are 1 inch 600 thousandths apart based on an 8-inch length. So this gives me my equal spacing, so when you look down at it, it'll look even. Now I'm just going to spot these real quick. I'm not going to bore you with the whole deal, but you'll get the picture. And this is something I've been studying on, and it's kind of been on my list of things to do. So, rainy day, perfect time. And the material, like I said, this is aluminum. This is actually aluminum box, as you can see. So this is a simple operation, no rocket science involved. And I just wrote it down, and I've become a lot happier with Dicom pins. We used them when I worked at Eaton, and I've become liking them things. And you can take a little brake cleaner or something and hit that, knock that right off. It's a little, so this is not that bad a deal. And I just made me a little white dots there. I'm not locking. Again, this isn't hard, precise machining. Then I got to stop and I'll take you away because I got to figure out exactly what size hole I want to punch in these for the actual So, and I would advise you, if you're making something like this that you're trying to space out, and it doesn't have to be, you want it to look good, and I've made like Allen wrench holders and stuff in the past this way. So I always have found out when I do my math is I'll do my math, then I'll go and double check everything and mark them, because it's just so much, it makes it look so, then you can do a quick sanity check. And the real truth of it is, if it's off a tenth or two here or there, it's not going to make much difference. Like I'm off 4/10. Well, you ain't going to see 4/10 in the whole position. you're going to use for a tool rack. So now I've got them all centered, and let me figure out my drill sizes. I'll bring you back and drill a couple of holes. Okay, we're going to pop these, and I'm just going to use a 3/4 drill, one shot. Do it. I don't have no fancy. We got to go to 3/2. We're at 1/6 to 3/2. Then 4/8. And 6/4. Now you can see why I decided I was going to do it this way. So this wrapper that would fit this way. For God, I'm going to have to open these up for the tools. Brain fart, brain fart. 2 of these. Brain fart. So see, this was what the deal is. So I may have to open these up a hair anyway, so that was the plan, to see what I had. So we're going to work on it, but I just wanted to start. I'll give them a little open up. That's why I think I go for the deburr tools. Mr. Bozo hits again. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I measured the shank of the welding, because it does stick out. I'm going to turn the mill on and cut the speed down. So I'm still in low gear. Hold on now. There we go. Even though this is aluminum, it's not that thick. I'm just gonna saw this. So all I'm doing is I'm just milling this out for a slot. And then when I saw it, for these larger ones, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the end mill. I'm going to check the size of this and make sure it's going to give me enough clearance on that shaft, as it says it's a half. And I might step it over a little bit. Cutting 470, and yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright, so what it actually moved a little. No, it didn't. I'm going to move it over. What I'm going to do is just step my X over 20 thousandths a little bit. All I want this to do, 1.6, so I'm going to go like 620, run down it, run over to the other side. Make sure I'm plenty big enough when I go in there. Move to the little 2-flute end mill. I ain't have to spectacle to it. But I'm just going to make sure that I just got enough. I want this to be a little old slip fit right down in there. So that shaft will go in the end mill. But for the bigger diameter, when we saw this off here, it'd just slide in. Yeah, that's good. I just want, you don't want it to have a drag. The other one is a little smaller, and it's like 490. Well, I'm just going to do it a 1/2 inch to be consistent. We'll just go and hit this one right on its center and just run one pass out here and be done with it. See, we're going to saw out here. This is won't be here. And the only reason I'm using this block is so since I've got the block right now, it's just a lot simpler. So, see, let me make sure I'm unloose here. In my x-axis, run my x-axis over to 3.2. We'll do it. The other ones won't need to be done because the deburs are smaller than the handles. So what we're doing is just and like I say, then once I saw these, that'll be the trick. This will be sawed off, they'll just slide right in. We'll just do it. Like I say, I'm just milling this out far enough to cover me to do the other. That's all I need here, just enough to. I'll tell you what, let me run back across that just to make sure I get all the. I just don't want to maybe clean it up a little more going back. We'll have to do some deburring, obviously. But there. Now, see, when I saw off this, I'll just have the slots for the bigger deburs. Now, let's figure this out. I'm going to go ahead and lay out my 3 holes for the back. I might just put 4 screws in it to hold it, because it's just going to lip over the back here. This lips over this a little bit, so you know what? Let's make life easier. We're just going to put 4 holes in it. Let me get reset back up the drill. Alright, what we're doing now, I'm going to mount these with 3 1032 screws. I may have to go get them, but if I do, I do. So this is just clearance holes here for 1032. What I've done was just laid it out, inch off either side, one down the middle, and cut me a little dicom pin and just made a little dot. Just eyeball them up and drill them. Okay. So now that's all the holes that I'm going to need to mount this thing on the lathe. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to saw this thing probably twice. And it's going to be tricky because I may end up having to flip it up in the. I'm thinking about flipping it up in the mill and milling this off flush, and then that way I can just saw the other end off, because I want this to be flush here, but I don't want this to, I want it to be kind of flush, so I may flip it over in the mill. We sawed this off here, and now we're going to saw the lip, and we have to saw from each end because this quarter band has its limitations. I'm going to saw part of it, and I can't talk while I'm sawing. Oh, excuse me, I'm about to walk off. Let me go check this on the lathe. I'll be right back. I had to run get some screws, and my habit is get 100. Went to a local supplier, Quality Fasteners. I picked up me a 1/2 inch fine tap, a good one, and so the plate's now ready, deburred and ready. I'm gonna go mount it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clamp it on there and drill a hole, get my tap together, and we're gonna tap these out 1032, and that's where we're gonna come from next. There we go. I just personally like the nut, and you know, this is one of them deals. Let me move it up a little bit. I won't put Loctite on these, and I'm just threading it down into the sheet metal. The sheet metal on this lathe is fairly thick, and just to make sure that it holds, obviously, take a little Loctite on the screw, and I just use a Q-tip there. Yeah. Then we'll get that. There we go. I'll tighten them up a little bit by hand. Now I've got this to drill the rest of them. So what I've done is I just line them up like that. Sometimes the drills like to hang. I mean, it just, you know, that's one of the reasons I've done it the way I'm doing it. So we'll drill this one the same way. Just hold it in place. I don't know why this particular drill likes to slip a drill up it. It's never the chuck on it. It's never been great. Alright. Now we just take the tap. And I've got it right here, and I tap the ends by hand, but it ain't going to hit nothing. See if this will work. I've done this before. Back down I race go-karts. This is how I tap my go-kart hubs, actually. Nice thin piece of sheet metal. Get me a little 2 more screws. Like you said, I bought 100, and the reason I bought the 100 is because in your shop, especially here in the home shop, you use a lot of screws. You'll use screws all the time, and 100 screws, 100 1-inch screws, it's like, excuse me, it's like about $3, $4 for 100. Well, over a period of time, little things you'll be doing, you'll use them 100 screws, and it'll overpay you just to save, because you go buy 2 or 3 or 4 at the hardware store. They'll usually charge you 20 cents or 30 cents a piece. And I could have got out of there maybe under $1. So there we go. That's bolted right on the lathe. And here we go. Mounted right here. Back out of the way. Just nice and neat right there. And again, it's just something I had to study on. I've got an idea that I'm going to probably do. I've got some my S&D drills, and I'm thinking about doing something similar to them, but be able to carry them around, maybe lay it out and drill it up. But that's a little simple project. It's not got a lot of work to it. The real trick here was, you know, like I say, laying the holes out to make them even, and then with these 2 bigger ones having a slot for that slide in and out. The smaller ones just pick right up. let's see, it's right there in my lathe, just like I have a lot of my other stuff laying here handily mounted where you can get to it. And what that does, it just makes life easier. I've got so many blocks, so that's kind of been a difficult one. And I try to keep on my lathe my blocks sort of mounted high up in the air. The ones I use most of the time, or the tools I use the most, is sort of along the back, and then these other boring bars are down towards the bottom. And I'd really like to have them hung somewhere else, but it just don't tend to work out right now for me. So I consider that little project a success. So I'll leave it with you, and I hope you, again, while I've got the lathe pulled back here and letting you look at my lathe, I'll kind of come back and get a full view while I close right here off this same little video. Hey, appreciate you viewing my videos. Appreciate your comments when you do make them. You know, again, like I say, you know, this is being done. This is my other hobby besides the machining. So we'll get back with you next time we decide to do something here in the shop. Hope you enjoyed this little simple project, and we'll just catch you next time we make video. I hope you've enjoyed your visit to my shop here. This is Jim, and you always enjoy the videos. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, because that keeps me going. I always try to keep something interesting. So again, I appreciate all my subscribers, especially the newer ones who's just signed on. We're trying to build this channel, just, you know, show a person out in the shop having fun. Again, appreciate you watching, appreciate the comments. Also, share with your friends that you have. You know, you got friends that's interested in such videos. Hey, tell them about me and have them come by and pay a visit. So you have a great day, and we'll see you when next time I decide to make one of these things.